In every division, there's a king. And in the flyweight division, that king is Alexandre Pantoja, a man built from pressure, violence, and war. A man who made contenders quit before the fight even hit the second round. But now, someone new is knocking at the door. Not knocking politely, no. He's kicking the door off the hinges. His name? Joshua Van. Young, fast, cold-blooded. And he's coming like a storm that doesn't care who the champion is. This isn't just a fight. This is the street dog versus the hardened ruler. This is the hungry wolf versus the old lion. And on December 6th at UFC 323, one of them is walking out with the belt. The other is walking out with nothing but bruises and excuses. Joshua Van didn't grow up with privilege. He wasn't born into a gym with world-class coaches and million-dollar facilities. He came from the grind, from hardship, from that real fight-or-die mentality. And that's why he's dangerous. Because fighters like Van don't fight for fame. They fight for purpose. They fight because battle is the only language they understand. He walked into the UFC with zero fear. Veterans tried to pressure him. He didn't blink. Prospects tried to outwork him. He pushed harder. Everyone tried to stop him. Nobody could. And now, the kid that wasn't supposed to get here this fast is walking into a title fight like it was written in his DNA from day one. Van isn't here by accident. He's here because he made himself inevitable. But let's be real. The champion, Pantoja, is no joke. This man is a champion for a reason. He's a fighter who doesn't just attack you, he breaks you. He tests your breathing. He tests your will. He tests whether you're built for war or just pretending. When Pantoja locks onto you, he drags you deep into water and makes you choose between panic or drowning. He's the kind of champion that turns hungry young fighters into lost, broken souls. But Joshua Van is not like the others. He doesn't drown. He swims straight into the pressure like it feeds him. There's a certain type of fighter in this world who looks fear dead in the eyes and smiles. Joshua Van is that type. He's not fighting Pantoja for money. He's not fighting for attention. He's fighting to prove to the entire world that destiny doesn't choose you. You choose destiny. When people said, "He's too young," Van answered, "Watch me." When people said, "He needs more time," Van said, "Time doesn't wait, neither do I." When people said Pantoja is too dangerous, Van said, "Perfect." Because real fighters aren't scared of the mountain. Real fighters climb it, step by step, cut by cut, scar by scar, until they reach the top and plant their flag. This fight is not champion versus challenger. This is era versus era. Old world versus new blood. Experience versus unstoppable momentum. Pantoja brings pressure. Van brings precision. Pantoja brings chaos. Van brings calculation. Pantoja brings a champion's heart. Van brings a young lion's hunger. And hunger is a powerful thing. And hunger can break kings. When that cage door closes, nobody can help you. It's just two men and the truth. A truth written with fists, sweat, and blood. Joshua Van is stepping into that cage, not as a kid, but as a man ready to take his crown. So what happens on fight night? Who walks out with the belt? The truth is, this fight is war. Anything can happen. Both warriors have the tools to win. But if Joshua Van keeps it standing, if he stays composed, if he uses that speed, that volume, that sniper-sharp timing, he can shock the entire world. Possible outcome? Van survives the early chaos, takes over in the later rounds, and steals the throne in a gritty, violent war. But one thing's guaranteed. Win or lose, Joshua Van is not going away. He is the future of the flyweight division. He is the storm that can't be stopped. He is the fighter who turns pressure into power and doubt into destiny. December 6th, the king defends his crown. The young lion hunts for glory. And when the dust settles, we will know if a new era has begun.